Oney plays with friends.
Remember when, what's her name?
You slurped it up like a noodle.
A disgusting lady who makes gross food. That sounded a little weird.
Princess Alabora?
What are you talking about?
She made the donut burger. And she said, we're gonna get arrested for this.
What are you talking about?
What's her name?
Princess Alabora.
No!
I don't know what you're talking about.
Paula Deen.
Pauline?
Paula Deen!
From the first Mario?
You don't...
She said she doesn't... The slaves are okay?
Yeah.
I agree.
What about her?
Oh! Why does it keep doing that?
Doing what, Chris?
When you land on an edge, it shakes you all around, like you've got the Parkinson.
Didn't you ever play Catherine? That's when it says edge.
No.
Okay. That joke won't resonate then. I'm
I
sorry.
forgot what I was gonna say.
Played Catherine.
Then how'd you not get it, Chris?
I got it, I just didn't long. You weren't in the moment, you weren't feeling your own joke.
We should play
You let
Catherine.
it slip between the fingertips of your past.
We should play Catherine sometime.
I love Catherine.
Do you?
She fucks goats.
I used to be good at it. I'm sure I'll stink of fat.
Stink of.
Stink of...
Mom, I went to school and the kids said I stink of fat.
And she said, you do.
You do,
I'm
you
your
little
father.
bastard. Papa and Mama I am.
Oh, my.
Talk to my left, it's Mama. Talk to my right, it's your grandpa. We skipped a generation.
What's your favorite palindrome, Chris?
Palindrome?
Yeah.
What's a palindrome?
Be bimbos, goddess stimbos.
That's when. That's. That's when. It's
That's a palindrome, right?
It's spelled the same backwards and forwards.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
I like,
My favorite is go hang a. What is it? Go hang a salami. I'm a lasagna hog.
Really?
Yeah.
What? Let me think. I like boob.
Well, that is a palindrome.
I like tit.
Tit is a good word. I think I used to think it was stupid because of what it referred to.
I like race car.
But I think
You like
it's a good word.
racist?
Yes.
You like racist Mario?
Yes.
He's good. He had a lot of views.
Have either of you actually watched Racist Mario? Because I never did.
I cannot get through the whole thing. I can say that.
I managed to avoid clicking it like out of principle.
You should click it. Give it a whirl.
Bullies, okay?
Why?
Those are bullies.
Excuse
work
me,
of
I do
art.
not support racism.
Do you support Mario?
I do support
No.
Mario.
Do you support Mario?
Mario.
Do you support Mario's mammary glands?
What about Mario's memories?
I just said that!
No, you
Stolen out of my mouth!
didn't. Well, maybe you shouldn't have such
Oh,
a
that's
thick
what I was gonna
accent.
say, Chris. I was gonna say, how upset would you be if a girl was sucking you off, but then
that would be really upsetting.
it started like extending out of you, and it's like it disconnected, and she slurped it down like a noodle,
I would,
and she swallowed it.
honestly, I would probably like punch her really hard in the face.
What?
and try and
Jesus
knock her
Christ,
out.
Chris.
What? She fucking ripped
No,
my
that's
dick
part of
off.
the sex
respect.
act. It's called a dirty Sanchez or something.
What?
Dirty Sanchez?
What are you
What is it, a
talking
donkey
about?
punch?
Why are you getting mad at me for? A girl rips off my dick purposefully. I'm gonna.
It doesn't rip off, like it comes off
Yeah.
cleanly.
It's still off
Okay,
my body.
what if she's jerking you off and then she claps her hands together, starts rubbing really fast, and it's really thin and long, and she leaves it on
it's
you.
made of
she
clay.
She gives you a thinner but longer
Probably
weenie.
sue her.
But she gave you a bigger one.
It's longer. It's not bigger.
So,
That's gonna feel worse.
do you care how she feels, Chris? You're okay with punching her, apparently.
I'm gonna kill her, dude.
I can't get my mic to turn.
No, Mario. Don't you just hate it when you're getting a blowjob?
And then your
But
weenie
then
come
the girl
off.
says, after you've finished, and it.
What are you saying?
Too much feeling. Feels like someone's pouring stem cells in your willy.
What are you talking about?
I don't think that's ever happened to me. That I know that that's like a joke that everybody goes, "Oh, when she keeps sucking," but like every time that happened, it still feels good to me. I don't know why anybody complains
Really,
about
that's
it.
disgusting. You're not supposed to have premarital oral sex.
I'm also a fucking faggot, so I
Julian.
think I'm already going to hell, Chris.
I'm gonna be in heaven and you're gonna be in hell.
You are. You're a good little Christian boy.
Look at my bowl haircut. What do you think?
There's no sound.
It froze!
Play the game, play the game. Ding Dong looked at the controller. He furrowed his brow. His greaseback hair flipped in the wind.
It's an oxymoron, Chris.
His hair pitter-pattered against his shoulder as he guffawed into the sun.
Okay.
Who am
Ready.
I?
We're ready.
Who is we?
Who's we?
Ding Dong grasped the controller in his long, withered hand.
Are we recording?
We're recording.
He pushed the buttons with the
Okay,
force of a
Rod.
1,000 horse gallops. Ding Dong ran into the room. He jumped above a banister and he hit his bounty head.
And then what?
He jumped into the picture of a brown ship.
He said, "This is my home now."
Mario did?
No, you did.
Can the eel come out to play?
Do you know how to do this one?
Yeah, you make the eel come out to play.
Would you slurp the eel?
Did you slurp
He's
him?
too big.
Like slurp him down?
He's too big.
I
Would you do it anyway?
No, he's too big.
I think I did this yesterday. That I tried to evoke some kind of image of like a really big thing getting slurped down into a small space. What was that? I think it's a funny visual.
Why'd you look at me for?
Because I feel like I was telling you something. Wasn't I? Ding Dong, do you remember?
You're crazy.
Am I just making up shit?
You're
You're a
crazy.
fool.
That's okay.
The eel come out to play.
You do this so your camera can clip inside and you can see it.
You're cheating.
What do you think of this music?
It's very nice. That's it?
Yep. If you do it that way, yeah. It's easy.
What? How else are you supposed to do it?
Well, you're probably supposed to bait him out so you can actually chase him to get it. But if you just clip the camera in, you can see it and grab it.
You're a fucking cheat. Mario's mad at you.
We're like, wow, you found an exploit. That's epic.
I have people send me clips of them playing the game saying, "Look, I did this."
Then what do you say?
I say, "Okay."
Then what do they say?
They go, "No."
Do you like when a game has exploits that you can take advantage of? Or do
Absolutely.
you prefer when it's like
That's
really tightly programmed?
that's part of why I like this game because
It's really
it's so
fun
open.
learning it, yeah. Get up! Good job.
Oops.
Remember when we played this together, Luigi died in here?
It wasn't a good visual.
It was fun.
Whoops.
It's always this makes me feel like I'm at SeaWorld or something.
Why?
I don't know.
Because he got thrown in the water.
And he got dragged around
He
by
did a long
Shamu.
jump into the water.
Julian, what would you do if we went to SeaWorld and you got dragged around by Shamu?
They don't have him anymore.
Yeah, Shamu's dead.
They're getting rid of the orcas.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
They're freeing them into the pond.
Because it's cool to
They're putting them in the frisky pond.
it's cool to criticize them for being inhumane now. I don't know whether or not they actually are, but I know that it's a lot of people a thing. A lot of
I mean,
people,
they were.
like, bandwagoned.
I mean, they're more cruel to the workers. Plenty of people
Workers.
died.
You
Yep.
know, did you
Remember the lady got pulled under by the whale?
Yeah, Julian,
And
apparently...
it was an epic fail.
Apparently, Julian, there's never been a wild orca attack on humans ever. But
believe
in
it.
SeaWorld there was, because the orca said, you make me very angry.
She said, "For our next trick, he's going to fucking kill me." He did it.
Going to fucking kill me. Julian,
Yeah.
in SeaWorld, the orca's fins are bent backwards, and then they're happy.
Thank God. I'm really glad.
They bend them back to make them happier. They give them piercings
It's
and
like a switch.
tattoos.
Give them ear piercings.
We could have
Tattoos.
those in the ocean.
Give them tattoos.
Oh my God! Isn't that that's a really depressing thought to me?
What?
The idea of like forcing animals to have tattoos. Like you have to.
They
Strap,
want them.
You strap them down and you start poking them with a needle.
It's cool though. Have you ever given your dog an eye tattoo?
Yeah, I made it so that on his eyelid,
It
it
said,
had
"Help
another
me."
eye on it, so that he always looked like his eyes were
No,
open.
no. You grab the white of their eye and you tattoo it so it's black, so they look scary.
You say spooky pooch.
Spooky.
This is the one time I really hate the camera because it goes diagonal to make this harder.
This
to
level's
jump.
dropping frames too.
Well, yeah, it does run slower
Because
because,
it's big.
oh yeah, it's very big.
Baby, baby.
What is this? Some kind of joke?
What? Fuck!
Expecting me to play
It
games?
turns into a slope when it's tilted,
Does it really?
and it doesn't work so good.
Mario. Yeah,
What if Mario was dead?
that would be the best story I ever read.
Julian, are you upset that he dresses up like a Mexican in the new game?
No, that sounds whatever.
Julian, you're Mexican.
But Julian, that's supposed to bother you.
Julian, why aren't you
He
using...
looks interchangeable with like a Mexican stereotype anyway.
Julian, why don't you get mad at stuff like that?
He's fat and he has a mustache. That's all it takes.
Julian, I would be furious if he wore a Gaelic t-shirt.
Would you actually? T-shirt.
How come Mario never
What
carries
if
a
you
hurl?
played bagpipes and wore a kilt, Chris?
I would be furious.
because that's not.
That's completely Irish, Julian. It's Irish. We're all the same.
I had a Irish friend in high school, and I would always ask her things about Scotland to like troll her. And I don't think she ever thought I was joking.
So,
I think she thought I was actually ignorant.
It's that thing where it's like, huh, I'll pretend to be retarded. That'll be funny, and then people just think you're retarded.